Hey, welcome to Tech Catastrophes, where science and tech failures tell unforgettable stories.
In December 1998, NASA launched the Mars Climate Orbiter, an ambitious $327 million mission designed to study the Martian atmosphere and relay communications for future landers. It was equipped with sophisticated instruments meant to capture critical climate data. Engineers and scientists at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California celebrated a smooth launch, unaware that a small oversight buried deep in the software would soon doom the mission. This was supposed to be a turning point in Mars exploration. As the spacecraft journeyed through space, NASA tracked its progress with routine confidence. Over 9 months, the orbiter followed a precise interplanetary path toward Mars. But behind the scenes, a critical flaw was already baked into its flight path. One part of the navigation team used imperial units, pounds of force, while another used metric, newtons. No one noticed the mismatch, and the data conversion errors quietly accumulated, setting the orbiter on a fatal course. As the orbiter neared Mars in September 1999, mission controllers prepared for orbital insertion. They relied on calculations fed by the spacecraft's thruster data, except those calculations were off. The spacecraft, instead of entering a safe elliptical orbit 140 to 150 kilometers above Mars, was headed much lower, possibly as close as 57 kilometers. At that altitude, the thin Martian atmosphere was enough to tear it apart. But no one realized the mistake yet. On September 23, 1999, the critical moment arrived. NASA's team at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory awaited confirmation that the Mars Climate Orbiter had successfully entered orbit. But after its expected signal window passed, there was only silence. Repeated attempts to contact the spacecraft failed. Confusion set in. Was it behind Mars? Was there a delay? Or had something gone terribly wrong? Within hours, dread filled the room. It was gone. Investigations began immediately. The spacecraft hadn't gone silent. It had disintegrated. NASA formed a review board to determine what went wrong. As the team combed through the data, one discovery stood out like a red flag. The spacecraft's thruster force calculations were delivered in pound-seconds, but the navigation system expected newton-seconds. It was a classic case of metric versus imperial, a simple unit error with catastrophic consequences. The findings shocked the public and embarrassed NASA. A $327 million mission was lost, not due to hardware failure or space anomalies, but because of a preventable human error. One engineering team had used software from Lockheed Martin that calculated force in imperial units. Another team, expecting metric data, never caught the discrepancy. No automated system had been in place to verify the unit consistency. It was a silent failure of communication and checks. In the aftermath, the unit error was called the most infamous mistake in NASA history. The Mars Climate Orbiter had flown too low, dipped into the Martian atmosphere, and likely burned up or crashed. No debris was ever found. It wasn't a system failure. It was a failure of system integration. The loss forced NASA to confront hard truths about oversight, communication, and the hidden risks of assuming everyone was on the same page. The investigation led to immediate policy changes. NASA implemented stricter cross-checks, mandatory unit labeling, and improved software integration protocols. It wasn't just about fixing a mistake. It was about preventing future disasters. The loss of the orbiter became a cautionary tale in engineering schools, aerospace programs, and mission planning rooms. From then on, the phrase "check your units" echoed throughout NASA and beyond. Despite the setback, NASA didn't retreat from Mars exploration. The very next year, in 2000, they launched the Mars Odyssey orbiter, this time with improved protocols and hardened communication standards. Odyssey succeeded, becoming one of NASA's most reliable Martian satellites. In a way, the Mars Climate Orbiter's failure laid the groundwork for smarter missions and tougher systems. Painful, yes, but it pushed space science forward. The Mars Climate Orbiter incident also sparked global conversations about standards in engineering. It wasn't just NASA. Aerospace organizations worldwide revisited their data protocols to prevent similar unit conversion mishaps. The tragedy underscored how small errors in communication can lead to costly failures, especially in complex international projects. Precision and clarity became non-negotiable. The mission's failure highlighted the risks of software reliance without thorough human oversight. It exposed gaps in quality assurance practices and emphasized the need for rigorous testing. NASA overhauled its software verification methods, integrating automated checks and cross-team communication protocols to catch discrepancies before they could escalate. Beyond NASA, the incident became a case study in engineering ethics and risk management. Universities and industry professionals analyzed how small oversights can cascade into mission-ending failures. It reminded engineers everywhere that clear communication, thorough documentation, and respect for standards aren't bureaucratic hurdles. They're mission-critical lifelines. The failure also impacted NASA's budget and planning. The loss of the orbiter meant not only a gap in Mars climate data, but also increased scrutiny from Congress and the public. NASA faced pressure to justify costs and improve reliability, leading to more conservative risk assessments and tighter project management on future missions. The orbiter's lost data delayed scientific progress on understanding Mars climate. Scientists had to rely on older, less detailed observations. Yet, this gap inspired renewed determination among researchers to improve future missions' instruments and data accuracy, ultimately enhancing our knowledge of the red planet's atmosphere and potential for life. In the years following, NASA's Mars missions grew increasingly ambitious. The lessons learned from the orbiter's failure influenced the design and testing of subsequent spacecraft, including rovers like Spirit, Opportunity, and Curiosity. Each mission benefited from enhanced safety checks, robust engineering, and improved communication protocols born from past mistakes. The Mars Climate Orbiter crash serves as a reminder that space exploration is as much about managing human error as overcoming cosmic challenges. Even the smallest miscalculations can lead to catastrophic results millions of miles away. It's a testament to the complexity of coordinating thousands of details in pursuit of discovery beyond our world. Today, NASA and the broader space community continue to prioritize interdisciplinary collaboration and communication. Teams spanning engineering, software, and science now work closely with shared tools and standards. The Mars Climate Orbiter failure is a key case study ensuring no detail, no matter how small, is overlooked in future missions. Public interest in Mars exploration grew stronger despite the setback. The orbiter's failure became part of the larger human story of trial and error in space exploration. Documentaries, books, and educational programs use the story to inspire future engineers and scientists, reminding them that failure is often the first step toward success. In recent years, as NASA prepares for human missions to Mars, the lessons from the climate orbiter remain crucial. Every calculation, every unit conversion, and every communication protocol undergoes rigorous scrutiny. The stakes are higher than ever, but the mission to explore and eventually inhabit Mars continues, built on past experience and relentless innovation. The story of the Mars Climate Orbiter is a powerful lesson. In space exploration, precision saves missions and lives. It reminds us that even amid groundbreaking technology, human diligence, communication, and accountability are vital. As we reach for the stars, the orbiter's legacy guides every step, ensuring the next great discovery won't be lost to avoidable error. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the Mars Climate Orbiter crash. If you found this story insightful, please hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our videos on tech catastrophes and space exploration lessons. Stay curious, stay informed, and join us next time on Tech Catastrophes for more stories behind technology's biggest moments. See you soon.